Hi there, it's time to look at Bitcoin price and see what possibly are the whales doing. And if you're new to my sessions, here are the 3 key items I'll talk about during the session. Let's start with the weekly chart of Bitcoin. Currently, Bitcoin is being suppressed by the intermediate resistance level of 98K. So this level comes from the trading activities back in early 2025. Actually started December 2024 all the way into February 2025. You see these candlesticks finding resistance at the same level. And then eventually in June 2025, that was a support level when the price came down shortly before it shoots up to the late FOMO. All right, so that's where it is now. And like I shared previously, this people call relief rally, what I call potentially a last point of supply, is potentially able to challenge the 104K again. But then be cautious that this may not realize, or even if it realizes, it may turn quickly depending on the narrative that's being broadcasted everywhere. Currently it's all about geopolitical risk and precious metals shortage, all that. And the hope for reaccumulation of like this current stage going to challenge or show us a second test or a first after distribution, meaning showing us another peak challenging the last top, that chance is pretty low as of this moment, unless some fuel comes in. What kind of fuel? Like speed up money printing, quickly lower interest rates, all that, or the economy is getting better and better, so people start to get back to risk on mode. Unless those news come out, otherwise, this being a reaccumulation and then the boost challenging once again the last high, the last top, is getting, the chance is getting slimmer. All right, so the pessimistic view after the pessimistic is that the pessimistic side of things is going to challenge the sign of weakness again. All right, it did it during mid-November. It briefly touched the 81K level. That's where the previous sign of weakness low was. All right, and if it does come down, the chance of Bitcoin getting back to accumulation again will become higher. All right, then we will probably see Bitcoin coming back to the fine support from the light blue key level of 74K and potentially even the 60K range. That was when the reaccumulation happened back in early 2024. All right, the low point back then, the lowest point in August was around 50K. That's a very pessimistic view. People wouldn't expect that to happen if money printing continues, unless some form of market crash happened. Then people would think, it's probably time to get out of Bitcoin for a short while and then park the money somewhere else and see what happens. Okay, so that's the big picture. Daily view. For daily, previously we talked about multiple dates that Bitcoin is potentially going to show us whether the uptrend is going to continue. And over the course of past 2 weeks, the rate of price climb has deviated from what it did since late November. So it's time to adjust. All right, it broke out at the 4th of Jan, somewhere before that date, like we talked about. It confirmed that the uptrend is going to continue, and now, it's time to adjust this uptrend support line, given the trajectory has clearly changed. So what I'm going to do is to bring this line to line it up over here and make sure these bottoms are included. Let's get this line away because it's already history. Alright, so that's pretty close to where we want to get to. And obviously these dates have all passed. So it's time to extend these lines and see what indications we can get. Alright, currently it's suppressed under this orange line at around 97, mid 97k. I haven't changed this line for a while. 97759. Alright, so somewhere close to 98k. And we've got another one over here, 99.5k. So if the price continue to come down, alright, it's not that it's got a high tendency. I don't see it that way, because the bulls pushed very hard yesterday, pushing it back to close to the 96k line. Just that it's still finding resistance from that point. And now we're in the weekend, so things may be a little bit quiet. When Monday comes back, we'll see whether the bulls will try what they did during the early part of last week, from Monday to Wednesday, to push, to challenge once again to go above the orange key level, not key level, intermediate level, and this yellow level of 99.5k. Right, as long as this uptrend line isn't broken, then they still have a chance. So if I extend this line further, let's put it over here. Assuming the price is going to continue to trade along these two red dash lines, this date points to the 1st of Feb. Alright, right over there. And then eventually we've got the 6th of Feb. What are these dates? These dates are potential trend change confirmation. Alright, meaning if they break, so they continue to trade, and this triangle is where it's cornering the price action. Either they confirm they're going to still follow the uptrend support line, or they are going to get rejected by that resistance line and fall outside of the uptrend support, meaning that the trend, or at least the rate of price climb, is changing. If not completely turning to a sideways or like a downward trend. What if you say the bulls successfully pushed the price up just to stay below this orange dash line at around 98k? That date points to the 15th of Feb, so somewhere close to the middle of February. That's where the potential trend changes would come. Alright, so for Bitcoin, it's been going through a boring period, like I mentioned, I think, since November. It's going to be range bound for a while, and indeed it's been there for over 2 months. It's probably time for a bit of change to come very soon, so let's observe very closely. If you are interested to get access to these sessions 2 days earlier than the others, it's time to become a member now. Thanks for joining. See you in the next session.